Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, I welcome you all. With this video, we are going to conclude our chapter, that is chapter number 3, microwave cross-field tubes. So in this chapter, we have gone through the understanding of several of the devices that have magnetic field having crossed orientation with respect to the orientation of electron beam, that is focused from cathode electrode to that of the anode electrode. So after understanding the last device in this family, backward wave cross-field oscillator, which is also known to be the carcinotron, let us have one problem. A problem statement is provided to us. It is a circular carcinotron has the operating parameters given as anode voltage denoted by V0 is equal to 25 kilovolts. The anode current I0 is equal to 4.5 amperes. Magnetic flux density is denoted as B0 is equal to 0.3 Weber per meter square. Frequency F is equal to 5 gigahertz. The characteristic impedance is denoted by Z0. The value is 50 ohms. D factor, simply D is equal to 0.8, and small b factor, small b is equal to 0.5. With these given details, we have to calculate in the part A the DC electron velocity. So after application of simply the anode voltage across the electrodes, what is the velocity of the electron that travels from the cathode to that of the anode, that we have to determine. Next to that, the electron beam phase constant. For the propagation of the electron beam, what is the change into the phase that will be conveyed by this particular parameter. The third one is the delta differentials, the two differentials del 1 and del 2 we have to determine, and the propagation constant into the part D. Lastly, the oscillation condition we have to put for the given parameters for a circular carcinotron. So let us solve it. So very first of all, into the part A, we require to calculate the DC electron velocity. So here for part A, the DC electron velocity is denoted by V0, and we have the formula which is dependent onto the DC potential applied. So it is 0.593 into 10 raised to power 6 into square root of capital V0. So capital V0 is the anode voltage. So we put here 0.593 into 10 raised to power 6 as it is into the next step. In multiplication 2, here we have square root of V0 is 25 kilovolts. So it is 25 into 10 raised to power 3 here under this square root. Now we have substituted the values, and the answer for the DC electron velocity, the velocity of the electron beam here, it will be computed as 93.7615 into 10 raised to power 6 as it is. So the unit of measurement, it should be meter per second. So I outline this answer. So here for the given carcinotron, we have computed the DC electron velocity. Now we require the electron beam phase constant. The electron beam phase constant for the device is denoted by beta suffix e here, and it is actually the ratio of angular frequency omega with respect to the velocity of the electron beam that just now we have computed, denoted by V0. So omega can be expressed in terms of 2 pi f here divided by V0 as it is. If we get back to the problem statement, we have the value of f operating frequency, that is 5 gigahertz, that we can substitute 5 into 10 raised to power 9 hertz. Therefore here the RHS, it will be 2 pi into 5 into 10 raised to power 9 divided by the answer from part A, it will be 93.7615 into 10 raised to power 6 meters per second. Therefore this phase constant beta suffix e we obtain with the value 335 0.0621. So as this is the phase shift constant, its unit of measurement will be given as radians per meter. So for the given electron beam into the device, how much phase changes with respect to the unit length that we have computed? So this is the answer for part B. After determination of beta suffix e, we want the delta differentials. So for this device, there are two delta differentials. Hence, in this part C, we denote the first delta differential by del 1, and it is given by the formulation. We have J times small b parameter minus under root of b square added with 4, and this is whole having the denominator by 2 here. Whereas the second differential is denoted by as del 2, and it is computed as J times b added with the square root of b square plus 4 divided by 2. So in these two differentials, we have a difference of this sign. So for the first one, we have the minus sign to this numerator, and for the second, there it is the plus sign. So here for del 1, we can substitute the values. It will be J, small b is given as 0.5, so it will be 0.5 minus in the bracket 0.5 square added with 4 and the complete divided by 2. Whereas delta 2 will be equal to J 0.5 plus under root of 0.5 squared plus 4 divided by 2. So this results into the value of del 1. So del 1 is equal to minus J 0.78, whereas del 2 value is obtained as positive J times 1.28. So these are the delta differential values for the given device. So we get back to the problem. We are finished with calculation of the delta differentials. Now we require to compute the propagation constant. The propagation constant will be dependent onto the delta differentials as well as the electron beam phase constant. So let us compute it. So as we have the two delta differentials, there are two propagation constants also. So for part D, we have the first propagation constant that is denoted as gamma 1. So gamma 1 is given by the formula J in the bracket. Here we have beta suffix e, the phase shift constant for the electron beam, added with the small b factor, plus we have beta suffix e in multiplication to capital D factor into, here we have the first delta differential del 1. So when we substitute the values, here we have J in the bracket. For the phase shift constant, I mentioned it is 335, added with small b factor, here we have 0.5, added with we have 335 into capital D is equal to 0.8 into the delta differential first one that has the value minus J times 0.78. So we have put the values here, and therefore the first propagation constant gamma 1 is obtained with the value. The value will be minus J times 126.46 here. So this is the first propagation constant. Now the second propagation constant is denoted by gamma 2 here, and gamma 2 has a formula J times, we have the phase shift constant beta suffix e added with small b, and it has the second term to this RHS that has beta suffix e into capital D into the second differential we have computed into the previous part here. So by the next step, the gamma 2, that is the propagation constant second one, we put J in the bracket 335, the value of the phase shift constant beta suffix e, added with, for small b we put 0.5 as provided in the problem statement, bracket is completed, and it is added with the second term here, again phase shift constant 335 we put, into capital D factor is 0.8 in multiplication to the second differential that we have obtained, that is j times 1.28. So by the next step we have the answer 678.54 into the imaginary, that is j here. So this is the second propagation constant. So with the determination of gamma 2, here we have determined both the propagation constants for the device here. At last, we require to compute the oscillation condition. Now the oscillation condition for the device is given by the equation where we have capital Dn is equal to twice small n plus 1 divided by 4. So here for this equation we can substitute the value of small n to be equal to 1. Therefore, the above equation will imply capital D into n will be equal to 2 into 1 added with 1 divided by 4 here. If we put the given value of capital D factor is equal to 0.8, the equation will be of this form. So this becomes 2 plus 1, it will be 3 divided by 4 as it is. So finally it will give us capital N is equal to 3 by 4, and that is divided by 0.8. So this results into the value of capital N. Capital N value we obtained 0.9375. So this value is very, very important. So from this particular value, the oscillation condition that we have taken, we can use the another formula where the length capital L is computed by, here we have in the numerator 2 pi capital N divided by the phase shift constant of the electron beam denoted by beta suffix e. So the computed value of capital N can be replaced at this place. So we have 2 pi into 0.9375 divided by the phase shift constant, here we have that value is 335.0621. So after substitution of all these values, the length for the condition of oscillation we obtain as, it is 1.758 into 10 raised to power minus 2. As this is the length, it should be measured in terms of meters. The multiplicand 10 raised to power minus 2 can be absorbed if we write the details in terms of centimeters. Therefore, we obtain the value of L 1.758 centimeters. So I outline this particular value. So with this answer, here we are finished with the chapter number 3, microwave cross-field tubes. By the next lecture, we shall be starting with the new chapter of microwave engineering. The chapter is titled Transferred Electron Devices, and the very first topic from that chapter, that is gun effect gallium arsenide diode, we shall be addressing. So I hope you are definitely getting the knowledge of microwave engineering. So for more information like this, you can subscribe to Ekeeda channel. Thank you.